Hey everybody. Um, it's been a good couple of days, maybe even a week since I've done anything. I've been up to a lot of stuff, so I'd like to pass on a bit of information. Um, where do we start with this? Let me have a little think. So, I was thinking earlier on about, I've been talking quite a bit about how our core values, which are basically how we look at ourselves, how we approach ourselves on a daily basis, how that can affect the way we interact with other people. And I also wanted to talk a little bit about basically how that can affect the way we speak to people. Hey Thelma, how are you doing? And obviously if we don't have a good basis of our core values where we actually, how would I put it? Look at ourselves with a good light. Look at ourselves the way that we present ourselves to people, and why it's important for us to actually value how we speak and the words we use. For me, it's kind of amazing to be able to kind of put weight behind words, to put strength behind things, and to think to myself, well, what do I need to do and what do I need to put into this kind of, how would I put it, conversation, meaning of this conversation, what I would actually do to actually give this conversation direction, influence. And unless we're really thinking about these things, when people are negative and they're having a negative idea compared to when you want to influence in a positive manner, they have a plan in their heads when they want to use a negativity. See, they have a lot to back it up. They have a lot of emotion invested in this negativity. So they have reasons, concepts, ideas, and a whole lot of feeling behind when they are feeling negative about something. So if you really want to influence people in a positive light, you have to have as much of that passion and drive behind what you're saying and the reason why you're saying it. If you don't truly look at these things and really want to be able to feed that influence out into people and to give your words weight and depth so that they move an individual. This is called mindfulness in the way you speak, yeah? This affects your karmic body. Your karmic body, when people talk about good karma, bad karma, how it all works, and it sounds like a bit like witchcraft. It's a lot more simple. My understanding of karma is basically this. Karma is your action affects how you think, and how you think affects how you act, and how you act affects your energy. Yeah? And your energy affects other people's energy. And that's your karmic body. So when people are doing bad things, in their mind, no matter what they say, they know they're doing bad things. No matter how much somebody can hate another bunch of people and justify their actions by destroying these other people, they in process destroy themselves, destroys their energy, and then attracts more of that bad energy to them, and that becomes their karmic body. So in the positive light, You do a great thing for somebody, you have great intention, you're not trying to receive something back off them. You're trying to give them a positive feeling, a good emotion, and to guide them in a great way. Through that, you feel better in yourself because your actions were for the right intentions. That affects your energy body in a positive way. And in the end, that energy body has an influence on other people's energy. There's a saying, I've said it before, hurt people, yeah? So, happy people can make other people happy as well. Some people hate people when they're happy, when they're feeling miserable, not because they hate that happy person, it's they hate the fact that they can't be happy. See, it's not that they hate happy people, it's they hate that they haven't gone and have happiness. But if they realize, if they talk to the happy person, just for long enough, and been around that happy energy just for long enough, maybe that would have an effect on them and they would feel better in themselves. So, using your words, like I just did, using the way that we react and the way that we do stuff, using our energy body, how we think about ourselves, has a massive effect on everybody around us. And we seem to think that, all of these things outside us have an influence on us, but we don't realize we have an influence on all these things outside us. Yeah? If you really want to look at your life and the world that we're in and realize why things could be better or worse, why the world is in such a mess, why there's so many bad things going on that we're aware of, it's usually all down to people not having good core values. So you think about it, yeah, the Buddhist society in Tibet was a really positive place. It was amazing. People were happy. And they went through a lot of turmoil, but the whole system, the doctrine of Buddhism was adhered to, and everybody worked on themselves. The whole Buddhist system was implanted right the way through the infrastructure of Tibet, yeah, to the point that it went through the schooling system and everything. And everybody there was obtaining to try and find enlightenment. And they looked at the great masters of Buddhism, and they tried to learn from them. They tried to pick their brains from them because they had these wisdom masters as such to learn from. And then you look at the Western world where most of the people, and don't quote me as I'm saying this, but most of the people at the top end of our society, which are running our society, are not the wisest of people. They're wise at making money and they're wise at deeming success. They're wise at painting a successful picture, marketing themselves in a very clever manner to create us, to make us think that they are happy. But when you go and meet these people and you dig a bit deeper underneath the skin, most of those people are very insecure, very unhappy, very misguided. And I give you an instance, if you don't believe it's true, look at what's happened to Jim Carrey recently, where he's got enlightenment and he's kind of come out of this veil of, complete and utter, as he put it, a joke. The whole Hollywood thing was a big joke to him. And there's everybody else trying to get in, and there's Jim Carrey being in the middle of it, trying to get out of it in a way. And it's really cool. I've always adhered to Jim Carrey. I think he's an amazing person, amazing actor. I used to find him funny. Whether you like him or not, that's irrelevant. You should really have a little look at his story and what he's been doing recently. These people as well that get famous, most of them, because the external part of them, what they believe is all of this external element, the face, the body, the car, the lifestyle, that's them. They adhere to it. The moment their looks start to fade, they fill their lips full of Botox, they give themselves loads of surgery, they dye their hair to try and cover up their grey, they're constantly trying to paint a picture of complete youthfulness because they don't want people to realise that they're not a god. In Buddhism, they call them demigods. Demigods are people who act like gods, but they have no real godlike attributes. Sorry. So in a way, what I'm trying to just say to you is this, is very simple. Yeah? And I'll wrap this up in a second now for you. If you want to really get value in your life, start to realize you are already a valuable person. You already have some amazing gifts to offer the world. And if you're not giving the world those gifts, then you're robbing us of them as well. To not live your life to your full potential means that you've never ever discovered what you're fully capable of. And when you're lying there dying, taking your last breaths, looking back on your life, you should never ever have I wish I would have's. Your would have's are the real things you want to be doing with yourself. And sometimes to face those, like I've had to do these and sit in front of a camera, which, you know, being myself, being Nick, not talking about something that I don't believe in, talking from my heart, from every cell in my body, to do whatever I can to kind of just give you a little bit of guidance. And I really hope this shit is helping some people out there, because I really love doing what I do. I love being here. I love just offering some knowledge and putting myself out there to be criticized or to be loved, to be hated or to be liked. Yeah, hey, I can't decide that for you. All I can do is just hope that you take some influence, even if it's a small percentage of what I said, and make some little changes in your life. And if all of us do that, eventually all of us, these little changes become a massive change, and society becomes what we've always dreamed about it becoming. People working together. If we've got to be out there in contact with each other, it's better to change the system, because the system we have at the moment is not working. It's broken. This consumer system is broken. We can't keep buying, robbing and destroying the world for fashion and for new cars every 5 minutes, new phones every other week, new this, new that. You know? They're great, they're tools, but they're never going to make you happy. Only you can make you happy. So this is Nick, or Namaste Nick, or the wisdom coach, or life coach Nick, whichever you want me to be. Sitting here, being myself, sending you some love. Big kiss from me, from Sweden, and I really hope that you're going to have an amazing year from now on in. We're going to do some serious work. If you need to personal message me and ask me anything, I'm always here. I'm helping quite a few people already, and they're really getting some good results. And I'm really proud of them. Some of them have made some really big changes in their life. Some of them with some addictions, and they've come in through the addictions, and I'm giving them support to the best I can. And they've made some amazing steps in their lives. So proud of those guys, and you know who you are. So sending some love to everybody, and I hope I will catch you face to face in the not too distant future. See you later, guys. Thanks for tuning in, by the way. It means a lot.